Welcome back to Sendspark Studio South here in sunny Austin, Texas. We've got Keegan Otter, head of sales over at Warmly, and most handsome man in this recording. Keegan, how are you?
I am fantastic, Brian. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Want to jump into it?
Yeah.
Keegan, I saw that you were with Outreach during some really strong years. My question, what does Manny Medina put in his hair?
You know, the man is very good at sticking within budget for his amenities. No, he is, honestly. He used to shop at Goodwill for his polos, and you would never know. But I would assume when it comes to his hair, that thing's always on fleek, as they say, right? It's always up to par. I would say he uses crew gel. There's no doubt about it.
Okay, crew gel. That's a great answer. I love the fact that he shops at Goodwill. Here's a story. I won Best Dressed Superlative in high school, and I shopped at Savers. It's the dollar store.
Yep.
For clothing. This is a thrifted shirt. It's a golf shirt that I found at the Buffalo Exchange for $8. Manny, you're the man. Keegan, what is your superhero origin story? You're bit by a spider moment. You looked at the world one way, then something happened, and it's led you to where you are today.
Yeah, I think it's when I started my career at Outreach, first sales job. This whole sequencing thing was relatively new. Cold calling wasn't, but this whole idea of sending email and then calling and then LinkedIn. And I don't know, I was listening to podcasts on my long commute in Seattle because traffic's pretty bad in Seattle. And I was hearing all these other ideas to mix those channels by adding a different form of approach to the channel. Instead of just the standard text, add video. Instead of the standard message, do a voice message. And I was like, wait a second, you could do an omni approach for every channel. So you could have 2 to 3 things that you try per channel. So in reality, you're almost doing 9 different touch points.
And that was back when that wasn't so popular. It wasn't so standard to do omni-channel approach, right?
No, omni-channel was like, huh? And so like omni-channel was not as common as it is today. But I think my aha moment was I was like, there's an omni-channel within an omni-channel. Inception within inception.
Okay, how so?
People back then were just sending emails, adding you on LinkedIn, maybe sending a couple messages, and then calling. I was like, how about you send them an email? You send them an email with a video. You send them an email with a screenshot that you kind of put a funny joke or a jiffy in. So those are different ways to stand out on email. Then you call them. If they don't pick up, you leave them a really catchy voicemail that references the email. Right. And then you send them a LinkedIn message with a jiffy, with a link, or with a video, or a voice message when you connect with them. And think about this. I'm a decision maker. I've been a decision maker for 2.5 years buying tools. I get maybe 20 to 30 LinkedIn messages a day.
Okay.
Only get a voice message or a video sent via LinkedIn 1 time a week.
Really? That's really good to know.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because it's phone call, there's email, and then there's social. But within each one of those 3 things, you've got 3 or 4 extra levels. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Everyone's all about the signing off syndrome where it's like this new thing that sometimes you have to realize so many people are trying the new thing. You should go back to the old thing. So I sent letters with QR codes that would have video on them. So you scan the QR code on the envelope that I sent you.
Wait, physical letters. When I heard letter, my mind
I said, letters with the QR code. There's this new QR code that all the restaurants adopted after COVID. That was cool. And so take that same logic, send out 10 real letters a day or 15 a week to your target CROs or CFOs that you're going after. And I guarantee you, it just takes one of them to look at it, scan the code, and then your pitch is a minute video, or it takes them to some landing page. And that is also how I exceeded quota. And honestly, it saved my butt 1 month because a CRO that has been working for months came in and saw it.
So your superhero origin moment here is outreach and uncovering the omni-channel within the omni-channel. Thank you so much, Keegan. Things have changed quite a bit since selling in your outreach days. When you first started, what's the one thing that has changed the most dramatically in your outbound approach in the past couple of years?
I was an early adopter of video. Proud to say it. It made me a lot of money, made my companies a lot of money. A lot of teams now use video, right? And so it used to be send a generic video, and that landed me a lot of meetings, or an evergreen video. Now it's okay, send a generic video, and then if you have engagement, you do have to take the time to kind of go in sniper mode and personalize those videos to them.
The first one is kind of, it's not quite as personalized, which is fine. You're putting it out there, but it's not necessarily to 1,000 people. It's still a very targeted list. And then when there's a little more interest, deep dive, sniper mode, this one is me and you. Am I picking that up?
You're in the marketing field. So I'd go after marketers or growth marketers. members, right? And I might send out an email to 200 of them with a video regarding the problems that you face.
That they fit. Yeah.
But then I'm starting to see those opens and those clicks queue up. They come in, and that's when I go take that list that just came from that big bucket, put it in sniper mode. I'm sending one-on-one, Brian, hey, it's Keegan from Warmly. Here's why I'm sending you this personalized video. That's when you have to take that time, because a lot of people are numb to like, okay, you sent video, congrats. I get 1,000 of these. How do I know this is for me? So again, it's going down a funnel of engagement with how you're using video to personalize. And then the second part is cold calling. When I was cold calling in 2018, 2019, connect rates were anywhere between 8 to 11%. And outreach, I still remember this because we used Tableau. I had 11.7 connectivity rate. So in 2018, 2019, it was high. I had an 11.7% connectivity rate. So I called 100 people. I was talking to 11 to 12 of them, right? And then I would book a fourth of them. I had a 25.2 booking rate. Catch me on the phones, y'all.
Right. Of those 11, 2 of them are booked.
No, of those 12, I'd book 3 or 4. But the sad part was you now do 100 dials and you only get a hold of 3 people. So unless you have like 30 to 40% conversion rate on the phones, good luck out there. And so the meetings via cold calling really dwindled down.
So we're seeing even more so, right? What'd you do to flip that?
Well, we use our own product. We use warm calling. I completely changed my KPIs for my reps, saying, hey, instead of cold calling 100 people, I want you to cold call 20 of your top intent prospects that have been opening up your emails and watching your videos, and then try to get them on our site or landing page around their persona and talking through that while they can also consume content. That's how you cold call nowadays. And then I switched them to warm calling, where I'm like, hey, if they're on the website, I want you to warm call through the chat bot. I want you to warm call 30 people per day. And we're seeing that back in 2018, 2019, conversion rates of meetings.
Those back numbers. Nice.
I'm seeing with warm calling, we have a 12.5% connectivity rate.
So it's even higher than back then.
Yeah. It's a shift as a leader. This was the hardest thing for me. I've made millions in pipeline, a couple million in closed won revenue, telling reps, you've got to send this amount of people in sequence, this amount of emails, videos, and cold calling. And now,
That's
right,
changed.
I'm like,
you cannot use that.
I'm in the executive level. I'm having to shift to being like, hey, actually, we can't do the same thing. Here's how we have to shift.
Keegan, what do you think will be different in sales communications in 1 year versus right now? You think it's going to be impossible to avoid the AI, impossible to get into inboxes, more in person, more video? What do you think?
I think that people are going to start becoming numb to this personalization of AI because it's so powerful that you can personalize to a wall. Yeah. Point, right? You can talk about the accent color of paint it's been used.
Yeah.
I picked it up. And so how do you separate from that? You're going to see that all it takes is being human again, and maybe going back to the trying to build the relationship. And lastly, it's going to be about, again, not how savvy you are, how cunning you are, or a wordsmith you are with your outbound approach. It's going to be, okay, cool. You solve this problem like everyone else. How can I trust you? And do you know someone that I know? So that goes to the network part.
That's social proof.
It's going to be a lot of outbound. I guarantee you is going to be mixed with a lot of, hey, Jim, here's Don, who you worked with. That is a cut in the past.
Yeah.
With. Here's how they use our product. I CC'd them. And that's going to help boost reply rates. I guarantee you that's where it's going to go, because all this AI is going to make people.
Yeah. You're not going to believe anything that's in the inbox that didn't come from someone, which is what you're saying. It's going to have to be corroborated by someone that you know personally. So that referral game, I think that partnerships game is just going to take off.
Yeah. I warn people all the time. I say, if I don't start pivoting as basically a sales leader,
there'll be another sales leader.
Yeah. My career will be short.
Yeah. Quick follow-up to that one, as far as how sales communications are going to change. How many emails with video are in your inbox right now?
I open a lot of my emails. I like to see what people are pitching.
Yeah, of course.
I'm RevOps. I do sales and RevOps. I'm the buyer of tools, as they say. And so I'm always curious what people are doing, and I'll give it a quick review. It's really sad how many of them are just totally automated, not even a picture, not even a video. Y'all, I'm a millennial, and people coming into the workforce are only getting younger and younger. How do they consume content? I don't know. You can look at the studies, or you can just look at what your friends are doing, or if you have kids and what their friends are doing.
Pick up your phone.
They are consuming visual.
It's right
content.
there. Yeah.
If it's not visual, it ain't getting consumed. I see a lot of just standard old age emails, line, paragraph, line.
Yeah.
I can't even visualize what you guys do.
Or even visualize the person that's going to be a human behind it, because I think we're already in that, like you said, we're already getting numb to it. So when you see something that is nothing, you don't really see a human or even anything that leads you to believe that there was a human behind it. Our minds are better than we think. It's already filtering it out, without us even trying.
Agreed.
We're about to kick off the Warmly use case segment. So we're just going to go over how Warmly is using Sendspark. Keegan, what problem were you trying to solve when you first started using Sendspark?
I was trying to solve the same problem a lot of revenue leaders have out there with their teams, whether it's inbound or outbound. How do I convert more people in my omni-channel approach? So via LinkedIn and email with the content that I'm sending.
That's sort of your use case, right? Converting more of them. What kind of triggers in your process were in place that told you now's a good time to send video?
So I've been a very early adopter of video. I've scaled teams of 15 to 25 reps in outbound and inbound using video, and I've seen a lot of success with it. But as video became more common, I needed a way for our videos to stand out. And I was starting to shop around for how can I have that customization ability with evergreen videos and personalized videos as well. But how can I really make it stand out? Like, yes, this was made for me. I really need to click and watch this video. And when I got introduced to Sendspark, I loved the custom variables that you guys have built within the video GIF itself, as well as that I can put their logo on it. So when I send it to Bob at Acme Co, Bob's like, is that my logo?
There's a little bit of a tether there almost. At what point in your process are you really leveraging video?
I use video in about 4 to 6 steps of our sequence, a lot at the beginning, in the middle, and then right before the end.
You said 4 to 6 times?
4 to 6 touch points where we're using Sendspark video.
How many total steps of a sequence would that be?
Anywhere between a 15 to a 21 step sequence.
Okay. It's a quarter of it.
Yeah, you can expect a lot of different videos. And what we do is, we have a lean team. And I think that's going to be the new norm, is doing more with less people, right? Through automation and engagement. So what we do is we've made these evergreens per persona. So if I have a sales leader sequence, which I do have, we have these pre-made videos that relate to what sales leaders face as a problem and how we solve that with Warmly. And they're just quick, under a minute or 45 seconds or 30-second quick visual blurbs of who we are and what we're solving for that persona. And from that part of sending out that sequence with a quick personalization, right, of typing it out, we're trying to get them to convert, watch that video based on having those custom variables or that custom logo that we can add in. And then the rep knows to say, okay, of the 100 people that this was sent to this week, here's the top 25 that I need to go take the time and personalize my videos to.
How are you using Sendspark? Do you think you could show us?
Yeah, I can definitely show you how we're using it. So we have it in our sequences. We use it in about 1/3 of our total sequences. As you can tell, this one is a 7-step follow-up sequence. So this is if they are active in pipeline, how we keep them engaged. And why not just, if you've already had a good conversation, built that rapport, why not just show them the goods?
Show them the goods.
That's where we come in, and you can see in some of these templates, again, case study, but instead of just talking about it, I'm going to show you.
I love it.
Right? Here's another one that we have. And this is for sales and revenue leaders. This is something made by my CEO where we're talking about, hey, never miss when someone's on your website with our audible alerts. It's a quick 47-second blurb, and it highlights one key feature that a lot of salespeople like. And here's the biggest thing sales leaders face when we miss high intent. We're not available when someone is raising their hand. Well, here's how we solve that. This video is not highlighting anything other than here's how we solve that one pain, right? So I'm breaking it down to having specific videos for each pain that's missing in my emails. Same thing with if I wanted to go to show, hey, how's our new feature working out? Showing, again, some people are really big on believing is seeing. So I'm showing them, hey, here's how people in your position are using it today. Here's how I use it. And I'm really allowing the ball to be in their court for giving them that aha moment. Like, oh my gosh, not only do I kind of relate to what he's saying, but now I'm seeing it.
I'm so happy to see also, I see lavender in here. You're using lavender and Sendspark.
This is the money. This is the money right here. It
Okay.
picks the company I'm sending it to. So it's showing that if I sent this to Steven Russo, who works at Tropic, it would mention Tropic in the video. That's why we're getting so many clicks compared
It's
to
immediately on the left side. Turn your company's leads into more wins, right? That's what it looks like in the sequence. But you have the personalization in there that we offer here at Sendspark. So now the side by side, you're going to see what it looks like for that particular person. It says turn Tropics leads into more wins automatically.
Never miss a pounce when making coffee. Well, what does that look like when I'm sending it to Steven Russo at Tropic? Never miss a pounce when you're making coffee, Steven. Why wouldn't I want to click on that? Come on, right?
This is exactly what we wanted to see. Thank you so much for sharing this. Now, let's get into the quantitative numbers. What results have you seen from those sequences that you just shared with us?
We've actually really been doing well on email conversion. I actually actually have a report for sales development that says how many meetings are we booking per channel? And through our automated with video, we've booked over 20 meetings since I've joined this quarter. Automated email with video has led to over 20 meetings being booked. And I've only been here as a sales leader for less than 90 days.
It's working while you're asleep.
And here's more stats with how videos work. Not only is it working on the automated front, but our personalized emails with video, we've booked about 10. So now that's about 30 meetings being booked via video. And then just the cherry on top for those of you really wanting to know the quantitative side, we've also booked 6 through LinkedIn with using video via Sendspark, and another couple with personalized long in-depth videos answering a rebuttal or question. So in total with video, we've booked over 35 meetings.
Over 35 meetings with video, and you're only just getting started. You're only just warming up. I'm so sorry. I had to use warm up there for warmly. Anyway, those are really great numbers. Keegan, what would you say to someone in your position who's considering using video, who's considering using Sendspark?
This is something that I'm very passionate about with people getting into management is you got to think of when you're running a revenue team, it's not just a normal team. If you look at my LinkedIn, I've consulted in the past at a senior manager and director level, and people ask, hey, you've done really well with your teams that you've built out. How are you doing it? And I say, there's these 3 tools that are a must. And one of those approaches is video. And people ask me all the time, if you were to give me one piece of advice for building out my outbound engine, what would it be? And I'd say, well, you got to build a process, right? And in that process, you are going to need the visual appeal, which is video.
Awesome. Keegan, thank you so much. And that concludes Warmly's Sendspark use case segment. Keegan, what is an unusual habit or absurd thing that you love? What makes you weird?
I love to push my body through that brick wall of pain when working out. And so I do a lot of high intense workouts, and I usually have a trainer. So I go to a F45 or a class because I am used to playing multiple sports as a multi-sport athlete. And I always had a high GPA. And I think those correlate between having something to blow off a lot of steam and push you, and then how you do in the classroom or in the workspace. And so for me to really get my pent out stress out and really feel energetic again and feel relaxed, I really like to have a workout that has me wheezing at the end and my body is just beat. And people are just like, that is so weird. You're getting older and you still like to basically have the point where you have to take an ice bath at night. And I'm like,
Tell me you yell. Is there some loud grunting at the gym when you're like, all right, we're really pushing ourselves here? Or you're the guy that's yelling? Because that'd be amazing.
I'm not the guy that's yelling, but I definitely make some grunts. I definitely make some grunts. I do CrossFit, so that should just say how weird I am.
Yeah. Thank you so much for acknowledging that one. No, I love it. I love it. Thank you. I actually know the president of F45. I'm going to put you guys in touch and get you a free membership. Keegan, what purchase of $100 or less has most positively impacted your life in the last 6 months?
So people, if they want to get to know me, fitness is huge to me. But it's not just the look good thing. I actually tell people you work to live, not live to work. And for me to have that balance and good mental health, I have found it's a good, healthy fitness routine. And I know there's other LinkedIn influencers and business people that live by, working out is the best thing that you can do every day. And I'm one of those cult believers that, fitness is one of the best things to do. So I bought this. I don't ever do pre-workouts or supplements. This is all natural.
I don't think you need it. I was about to say, did you take it before this interview?
But I saw an ad. It was targeting men. It was for men of if you're busy in the workplace and you're climbing the corporate ladder or an executive and you're looking for a supplement that can help boost your energy for working out and boost your metabolism, check it out. And I was at this point where I've always been fit, but I have not back to my college days where I was shredded. So I bought for $60. I bought this, and everyone has seen it on Instagram. It's called the Dad Bod Destroyer. And I bought it, and I literally am way more energized, and I'm
no way
my shredded college self with under 30 days.
So it's not a routine. It's something that you're taking. It's a supplement. That's funny that you're getting the Dad Bod advertisement, because you and I look different, and there's a delta of years, believe it or not. Believe it or not, people, this man is much younger than me, and I'm getting those. So you're saying go for it.
Yeah. So we're going to do this one. And then I have another one. I used to join these expensive gyms, but I'm traveling and visiting family. So I have to keep my routine. I just got back from Europe. There's no way I was working out in Europe. I ran.
No, they're too hot and they smell.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, how do I do this without sacrificing a big pillar of my life, which is fitness? So I joined. I used to joke about it, but I went from the $60, $70 monthly membership and the $200 classes I pay for in Scottsdale. I'm in Seattle. I've been here for the last 3 months visiting family. I joined Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness. What's that? $19 a month?
$10 a month. And I go every single day. And it is one of the largest largest gyms I've been in. It is brand new. My family lives out here in the countryside of Washington, and it's a great way to see civilization exists at the gym. And I honestly get some of the longest workouts in, and I still can't believe it's only $10 a month, because I'm thinking when I go back to Scottsdale, I am going to churn.
Are you really going to do the Scottsdale Planet Fitness?
People always like, you got to pay for these premiums, and I bought into that.
I know. I used to go to Equinox. In New York, it was like $2 a month, which is outrageous.
For $10 a month, I'm getting, according to my Apple Watch, I'm getting a better work than when I'm doing the up to $100 membership.
All right. So purchase of $100 or less. This one is a monthly one. Approximately $100 was switching to the Planet Fitness. That is now $10 a month. Thank you so much for that answer, Keegan. Who do you think we should interview next?
I know a gentleman, I used to manage him, named Kyle Eligio, and he can tell you how he was newer coming from the traditional 3 channels to getting introduced to video by me, and how it leveraged and up-leveled his team's performance as a manager.
That'd be an awesome follow-up one. Thank you so much. I like making a mixtape for every single person that joins us. What kind of music do you like?
I think it's safe to say that I like country music.
Oh, dude. Country music only?
Yep. Fun fact, I have been a competitive swing dancer for about 7 years.
Wait a second. Now, because I see it on your background here. I've been looking at it and I saw it at the beginning, but I forgot. Now I'm going back to it. An avid swing dancer is what it says. Okay. So swing dance music, is that country music?
Yeah. It's basically, think of like Morgan Wallen or Georgia Florida Line, kind of the more mainstream, allows you to dance to it more.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that one. Keegan, we've arrived at the final question of our interview. It happens to be everyone's favorite question, the Billboard question. You ready?
Yeah.
Keegan, if you could have a billboard with anything on it, everyone would drive by and read it every single day. What would it be and why?
Do the little things.
Do the little things.
Because the little things add to the big things.
No, I mean, it goes with what you were saying earlier about doing the dirty work, doing the things that only push you up a little bit, inch by inch. They eventually get you to the big things. So do the little things. That is an awesome answer, and it hasn't been used yet. Thank you so much, Keegan. I guess our final question here is, how do you think we did?
I think we gave a lot of people a lot of good insights and ideas to chew on. It's a matter of what they want to do with those calories that just entered their body. Do they want to go make it work, or do they just want to let them go to waste?
Yeah. Do they want to go make it work, or do they want to just go gain some weight?
Exactly. And as in gaining weight, we're saying, do you want to miss quota again?
Exactly. We'll leave it at that one. Keegan, thank you so much for joining me on I'm Not Selling You Anything. I had a really good time. Really happy to have got to meet you. And I'm looking forward to helping your team over at Warmly continue to grow through Sendspark, personally, however we can do it.
Absolutely.